Holiness. Welcome to another live class. We are here and we are live. How's everybody feeling?
Wow.
Good. We're here at 231 FM 1092 in Houston, Texas. Our class times and days: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 7 to 10. 7 to 9. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Saturday 10 to about 2. Right? We're staying on track with that. You know what I'm saying? Not talking too long. We got our other schools in PA, in San Antonio, and in Rochester, New York. So, same old announcements, right? Everybody that watches us, you do me a favor? Can you plug that in for me? Right here? Everybody that watches us, you know where to check us out at on YouTube. So just make sure you hop on the page, like, share, subscribe, all that goodness. No. That? Yeah. And this, please. Yeah. That's why I hate being late. Set everything up. Make sure it's good. Get your water. Yeah, check out our businesses. We got Sweet Ambiance, Shows and Creations, Israel Wear, Fringe Dove. I'm gonna just kind of breeze through this because it's repetitive. Y'all all know it, right? We got the different YouTube channels. We got the kids class on Sunday. The main thing, we got Passover coming up in like a month, right? Yeah, it's fast approaching. Some sisters got their garments done, right? Read, right? You a month early, right? Last year, what happened? Doing garments up into the belt, right? Day of, studying, throwing in buckles and different things like that. So, we did our part, brothers, right? We did our part, paid on time. Some brothers got the money in early so they could get on the job, and there's some sisters that are still working, right? There's some sisters that's still working, so it's all good. They're gonna get done. They're gonna get it knocked out. So yeah, that's what we got coming up. We did Purim, which was a hell of a good time, right? Let me send this message out real quick. Right, so we're just preparing for that Passover. We're going to be in San Antonio, March the 31st. Right, so remember, get your travel arrangements, get your hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, get all that set up. You know what I'm saying? So we got a mighty good time for those days. All right, so any donations anybody wants to give, Wells Fargo, Cash App, all those good things are there to help out with the different the school rents, light bills, different things like that. All right, so remember when y'all get y'all's taxes, I know everybody looking forward to them taxes, but don't forget the little guy, the school. Right, don't forget to donate to the schools, whatever. Wherever you at, it don't matter. It all kind of goes in the same pot, and we just take care of whatever we got to take care of for all the zones. So don't forget that. Don't forget we got to pay for the lamb this year. San Antonio is hosting. We're on lamb duty, so get that $250 in, please. Okay, we don't have a problem. Oh, there we go. Get that $250 in for the lamb. Yeah, that's it, right? Gone? Okay, let's get to business. Go to before you go anywhere, let's talk. Right? Let's monologue a little bit. Now, no, it ain't nothing bad. right? It's just, I want to get y'all's feedback. Especially sisters online. This is gonna be a sisters class. It's gonna be a good one though. It ain't gonna be one of them. No. This is like, I love y'all. Right. Not that I don't any other time, but I know how y'all be acting sometimes. Like, damn, he's so mean. No. This is gonna be like interactive, right? And we're gonna act like we know each other, act like friends, brothers and sisters, and we're gonna, we're gonna deal with the business. So let's do it. Go to Titus 2 real quick. Let's go there. Now we know that, we always harp on the brothers and beat into their skulls. 2 Timothy's the 4th chapter, right? Oh no, 1 Timothy's 3, excuse me. I don't know if I said 3. I got another thing in my head. But 1 Timothy's the 3rd chapter. See, nobody corrected me, they just let me ride with it.
I was going to.
Yeah, you should have, you know what I'm saying? It's not beat into your head enough. That's the problem. No, I'm playing. But we beat this into brother's head, but why do y'all think we beat 1 Timothy's 3, a bishop, good works, blameless, not a striker, not a brawler, not a drunkard? Like, why do we beat that into brothers' heads? Any sister want to answer me? Why do y'all think that we bang that into your husband's medulla oblongata? Yeah, I can say it right. I know. Why do y'all think we beat that into their skulls, though? What?
First, because so they can be blameless, and if the head is sick, the body follows.
Right. So, okay, that's good. So they could be blameless. If the head is sick, the body is sick. What else? Is my camera looking straight on the YouTube? I'm in there? Okay. Just want to make sure I'm straight. When I go through this, it's like straight. There's no crooked, you know what I'm saying?
Because the men are the leaders, like how Amish was saying, they're the leaders, they're the ones that are teaching us how to teach their households as well. There are examples.
Right. The men, they're the examples. What else? What else? We're the example. I mean, there's probably not gonna be no wrong answer, but like, what's that, Ivy?
It's the standard.
Right, because, and that's probably the best answer, because no matter what you do, and no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. Like, everything has a standard to it, right? Like, let's say you want to be a pimp. Ain't there like a standard to being a pimp? Like, you got to have like the weird clothes, the platform shoes, the curly hair. You got to walk with a cane, and you got to speak a certain type of way, right? That's how people know, like, yo, you the pimpest of the pimps, right? Now, obviously, we ain't trying to be pimps, right? But to be a cop, isn't there a standard that you have to adhere to? Isn't there an academy that you go through to see, like, is he going to be a good police officer or a bad one? They give you driving classes. They give you how to chase people. They give you all these different things to try to see if you're going to meet the standard, right? Doctor, you go to school for X amount of years, like 10 to 15, before you touch a scalpel to see, is he going to meet the standard? Is she going to meet the standard? So the Bible gives us a standard as men of the Most High on how to not only deal with a body, but how to deal with our households, how to keep ourselves accountable, so that you can be blameless. Do y'all agree? Yeah, so you said something, right? You said because the men are leaders, right? And you're absolutely right. Now, aren't the women leaders too? So wouldn't that standard apply to them? Or wouldn't there be a standard that applies to the sisters? That way, if the men are leading properly and they're holding themselves accountable, what is to hold the women accountable besides your husband barking at you? Right? Don't you got to be accountable to the word, to the gospel? Just like he is, he can read it on the paper and say, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. I can read it on the paper. There got to be something that y'all can read on the paper, right? To hold yourself accountable, and not just a woman that's married, but what about a single woman? What about a woman that doesn't have a man to be accountable to? Don't she got to be able to read something on the paper and be accountable to that first and foremost? Yeah, right? Right. So, we beat it into brothers' heads, not just for the brothers. Like, we beat it into brothers' heads so that we hear it as leaders, right? So that we're remembering blameless, not a drunkard, not a striker, not a brawler, a good report of them that are without, right? Read that real quick. 1 Timothy 3. Just read it real quickly, so the sisters know. How often do we go over 1 Timothy 3 for the brothers?
Oh, wow.
At least y'all get it from us at least on the Hebrew Academy at least once a week, and then we sprinkle it into a class, right? Like, it's embedded. It should be tatted in your brain, right? You should be able to go through this verbatim without even looking at the scriptures. But read it real quick.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1.
Just so the sisters know, there's no one-sidedness here. The requirements for a brother is way more than what y'all got to hold to. Watch. Read it.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
This is a true saying.
Go ahead.
If a man desires the office of a bishop,
Right.
he desires a good work.
So it's a good work. That's one. Go ahead.
A bishop then must be blameless,
2,
the husband of one wife,
3,
vigilant,
4,
sober,
5,
of good behavior,
6,
given to hospitality,
7,
apt to teach,
8,
not given to wine,
9,
no striker,
10,
not greedy,
11,
of filthy lucre,
12.
but patient,
Man, 13 tribes? What is going on here? That's 13. Go ahead.
not a brawler,
14,
not covetous,
15,
one that ruleth well his own house,
16,
having his children in subjection with all gravity.
17. Y'all get the picture, right? There's a lot of things that a man that claims to be a man of the word. A lot of things that this man got to uphold and live up to. Go ahead.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house,
Right.
how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right.
Not a novice,
Right.
lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil.
Right. Go back to that part where it says verse 4.
Verse 4.
Right.
One that ruleth well his own house,
Go ahead.
having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Right. You see that? Having his children in subjection with all gravity. Now, his house. This man's house comes into play, and this is where we transition over to, well, what consists of this man's house? Wife, children, right? But who is in charge of the house? Who's the caretaker? Who's the curator of the home? It would be the wife. It would be the woman, right? She would be the one that is, while he's not at home, she would be administering and pushing the same concepts biblically that he's pushing to her. She's pushing out to the family, right? So let's go to Titus. Let's go to Titus 2, and let's start there. Titus 2, and you can start at verse 1.
Titus chapter 2, verse 1.
Right? And you're going to read down to verse... Go ahead, read on. I'll tell you where to stop. Go ahead.
But speak thou the things which become sound
I'm going to
doctrine,
read to verse 5. Go ahead, and we're just going to read it through. Go ahead.
that the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith,
Right?
in charity,
Right?
and patience.
Right? So it's going back over some more requirements for the man. And it said that this is sound doctrine. What does it mean by something when it's sound? What does that mean? What does that word sound mean?
It means that it's foolproof.
It's foolproof,
it's
right?
assured.
It's like when you sign a document And it says you sign this with a sound mind, meaning what? You're not ill.
It's clear.
It's clear. You're not inebriated. You're not influenced, right? But when something is sound, you can stand on it. You could build on it, is what it's letting you know. This is what Paul was letting Titus know. That if you want to build on something, this is what you're going to build on. The aged men have to be this way. Don't it say aged men? Right? It say aged men, right? Read on.
The aged women, likewise,
Mm-hmm.
that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
And that's what you could title this class. Behavior that becometh holiness. And that's what we're going to dive into. Behavior. What does it mean, behavior that becometh holiness? Read on.
Not false accusers,
Go ahead.
not giving too much wine.
And as we go on, we're going to put together a few classes. And they did it out in VA. They did it out in VA. They put together a few classes on these different subtopics of this topic, this age woman. I believe Zion did a few in Rochester. We got to get it going here, right? To remind sisters, in case you weren't able to catch VA or Virginia's classes, right? But you get to hear my voice, right? Come, read.
Teachers of good things,
But y'all caught VA and Rochester's classes, so this is like a three-peat for y'all. Go ahead.
that they may teach the young women to be sober,
Go ahead.
to love their husbands,
Right.
to love their children,
Right.
to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home.
So there's a few things here for the sisters, right? Wait, I didn't count for y'all because it was like a lot. I'm still counting for the brothers. I'm like, man, we got 21 things to do, right? We got 21 things to do. Y'all got like 4. Okay, I'm counting. We got behavior that be in holiness, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, teachers of good things, teach the young women to be sober, love their husbands, love their children, discreet, chaste. Go ahead.
Good, obedient to their husbands, to
Keepers
their
at
own
home.
husbands.
Keepers at home is 11. Good is 12. Obedient to their own husbands. That's 13. Go ahead.
That the word of God be not blasphemed.
So y'all got like 14 things. It's close. But what's dope is the accountability is damn near equal on both sides. Right? There's a shared accountability that the Most High is putting in the hands of the brothers, and he's putting it equally in the hands of you sisters. This is important. So I need you to jump back to verse 3.
Titus chapter 2, verse 3.
Right?
The aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior.
So, what is this aged woman to you? Can somebody define the aged woman here? What do you think it is? What?
A woman that has wisdom.
Okay, a woman that has wisdom. What?
The woman, I would say the same, that's proven herself. That has
Okay, a woman that has wisdom.
In the scriptures.
Right? I would hope not the wisdom of anything else. Right? What else? Anybody else? Like what?
A woman that's supposed to be the example.
Okay, woman that's supposed to be an example. And we know that, right? Because it tells us that. Now, when you go into this in its context, this is talking about a woman of a certain age. In this context, right? When you look at it for what it's saying, it's talking about a woman of a certain age. So, you know why I'm going at this angle? Because it's not taken away from what y'all said, a woman of wisdom. What is it showing you about a woman of a certain age? Now, that certain age, I'm gonna let you come in, Abishai, right? Properly older women referring to spiritual responsibility, right? So it is a spiritual responsibility that the older women have to have. Like, there ain't no way around this. You have to have it, right? Now, the age, let me see here. especially 50 and over. Right? Now, you would think 50-year-old woman, she got it all together. She in there, right? Like, she's the pillar of the church or the pillar of the community. She's washing the saints' feet, right? She's doing this, she's doing that, right? She's taking care of the needs of the saints. Like, remember Paul? He was bigging up all them sisters, right? She was a securer for all the things that I needed, and Dorcas, and all these different sisters, right? That he was promoting in the scriptures, naming them by name, which were elder sisters, right? You would think like, oh, that's just a given. When I get to a certain age, I'm gonna move like this, right? Why would it be a given? What is it about an older woman compared to a younger woman? What is it about a woman at 50? And some of y'all ain't 50 yet, right? But this is the thing. If you're a young woman and you're a young dummy, then you know what? Just look at a woman that's 50. She should be the opposite of you, right? Okay, so you had your hand up. Go ahead.
She's experienced, been through more things, had children, grandchildren.
So she's experienced, right? She's experienced. She done raised children. She probably got grandkids, right? Well, no, I'll let her finish and I'll let you come. And Abishai, you want to say something, but I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you come. Let her just.
I was just a little bit late on that age part when you was asking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Married, so been through some of the struggles that you deal with when you're youngly, newly married.
Yeah, right? Because let's say you get married at 20, 21, you got 30 years in the game. At 50, you 30 years deep. Kids is already 30, 40, well 30, right? So you got like a 30-year jump on a 20-year-old system, right? What else?
And then just knowing, it's just the wisdom, knowing what works and what doesn't work, basically. Especially according to the scripture, but even in the world, just making mistakes, knowing that I bumped my head enough times to be able to tell you, don't do this.
Right? So the experience, 'cause that's key, right? What else? That it? Brothers? What y'all think?
I guess.
Yeah.
I'd say maturity.
Ooh. You would think, right? There's a reason why Paul is instructing Titus on what to look for when he's setting up. Because remember, when you read the previous chapter, he's telling Titus to ordain others throughout the church for the things that are needed. Then he's coming back and saying, look, this is what an elder aged woman, right? This is how she should be moving. But why? Why is it important that an aged woman fit a certain criteria? Like, we list off a bunch of things, right? But what is it? We named a few things: the experience, right? The know-how. What else do y'all think? There's something else about a woman that she's already been through the experiences. What?
It said they're here to teach the younger.
Right? But there's something else. Just think about it. Why did they put an age? Just like when it says a priest's got to be 30. Why did they give an age? What is it about a 30-year-old man when he hits like 30? Who in here is 30? 30. I'm gonna get there, right? Don't rush it. But I remember when I was 25, 21, 19, right? And then when I hit 30, I was like, damn, all of a sudden I started caring about my health. All of a sudden I want to eat right. I wasn't fat or anything. I was like, wait a minute, that's in the food? Hold up, that's what milk? Right? Milk? That's like cow's milk? Oh snap. That's what they're doing. Like, what is it about this age all of a sudden And it shouldn't be a all of a sudden, but there isn't all of a sudden. What?
It's like what what comes to mind is like what Abishai said, the maturity, they already lived in the younger days. It's like, you know how they say YOLO.
Y'all are saying the right thing. She already lived. So now what? You saying the right thing, but there's something that you got to add to it. She's already lived. She's made the mistakes. She's got the experiences, but you said it too. I bumped my head. Right? What were you going to say?
Just more stable. Your
Oh.
life kind of starts to slow down and everything is not moving as fast. So you start
Right.
to concentrate more on actually leaving a legacy and being an example.
Now, does that start at 50?
No.
No, because if you are a young woman and you had the proper age woman in front of you, then she was training that up in you, right? And yeah, mistakes are inevitable in any situation, but the better the training and the longer the training, the less mistakes you make when you get into the game, right? So if an aged woman was training her daughter from the age of 5 years old how to be the next aged woman, she'd be training her for a good 20 plus years before she would have to go experience doing it for herself, her own kids, her own husband. Her training ground would be what? The family, right? Go make the table, right? Go pick up your brother's plate. Go pick up your daddy's plate. Go do this. Get the laundry together. Get this together. Get that. She'd be literally having a sidekick next to her, and teaching her by example, right? Literal example. Who in here used to cook with their mom? You used to cook with your mom? When did that start? When you were 30? Nah, right? Yeah. As soon as you could walk and pick things up, it was like, come here, baby. Come play with the mashed potatoes, right? I can't do a mom voice. Right? But you in there dipping in the cake, licking the icing. You in there whipping up little things and pour a little bit, and she lets you sprinkle the sugar. Like, you know how it is. Like Sunday morning, you used to bake cookies and things, and right? Or am I just talking about white people?
Oh,
Oh, okay, because black folks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know that. I know Aunt Jemima just didn't learn.
wow.
But I know we had some type of training, just like the men. What? Let me show you how to work these. Let me show you how to fix these brakes. Come over here. Let me show you how to cut. Our first training was what? Cutting the lawn. And you about to mess up on this lawn, and you're gonna jack my whole front yard up, and then you're gonna rake these leaves. Before you did the lawn, you raked the leaves. You was doing all the hard labor. You wanted that lawnmower because it was fun.
Yeah.
And then you got behind it, and it drug you. You're like, oh snap, let me get back on them leaves, right? Until you got your muscles up and your strength, and you could push the mower. As if it didn't have no transmission, you know what I'm saying? And you couldn't even push it, right? But there was always a training ground that we were supposed to be taking our children through to make them the next elder, right? But that gap, that age gap, that really meant something, because it meant that whatever you were handing down to the next generation, it was literally ultra filtered. It was the purest, right? There was no mistakes in it. It couldn't be, because you already did it. You already made the mistakes.
Sound.
It was sound. Like the next generation can sit on it, stand on it, build on it. Because why? There was no gaps. Nobody could come poke a hole in your cooking. Like, that girl, you cook good. Well, yeah, I've been cooking since I was 5. I better know how. Yeah, you know how to landscape a lawn. Well, I've been doing it as a chore since forever. So I better know how to maintain a house, right? So it was important. Now, does it take away, and what I'm giving y'all is, without going into the, oh, well, the aged woman is like a super spiritual chick, and no, you know why I'm not doing that? Because I don't want women that get to a certain age to think that now, because I'm a certain age, I get to fall the hell back. Right?
Right.
That means that when I hit a certain age, truthfully, I'm supposed to be looked at more. I'm more of an example. The young women ain't the example. Sorry, y'all just ain't. Now, we probably don't have a bunch of 50-year-old women up in here. Damn near any of the schools, right? So that elder stateshood will be now sisters that do have the experience. They might not meet the age requirement, but they are going to have to meet the what? The experience, the know-how, the tenure, right? All these different things that you could say, okay, well, yeah, that person, yeah, she's the aged woman, right? She's been here. She got 15 years under her belt. Cool. Right? She know how to do garments. Cool. She know how to do this. She know how to do that. Cool. But then now the Bible does this thing where it hones in on certain qualities, right? Where you start to put away tenure, because that don't matter. It don't matter when you start to examine these qualities. When you can sow something, that don't matter. When you start to examine these qualities, sowing something don't matter, right? The little ling-ling down the street in the sweatshop be sewing some things. You can take all your shirts and fringes to the dry cleaner and they'll knock them out for you, right? That don't matter. It's these qualities that when we hone into these qualities and we really put them under the microscope, it's like, uh-oh, wait a minute. Where the elders at? Where the elder sisters at? Where are they really truly at? Right? So again, what are we doing? Well, I'm going to put the mirror up. And you're going to have to look in this mirror real quick. And you sisters online, let me see. Do I got any crowd participation? Or did everybody log off because I said what the title was? I mean, if they logged off, it's all good. But guess what? Y'all can't leave. I got to sit here and deal with this one. I got to deal with my voice. Let me see what we got. Oh, man. Come on, man. Oh, 19 watching. That's what's up. Right? Y'all watching your shot. Let me see. Right? Now, don't want to miss this part. If the elder woman is accountable, more accountable, then what does that mean for the younger sisters? What does it mean for a sister underneath an elder sister? And all we're dealing, or an aged woman, and all we're talking about right now is this aged woman. We haven't even went into traits yet. What does it mean for a young woman? Well, I'll pose the question better. That mother that was training her daughter, what did it mean for that daughter? The training, what was that?
The opportunity to soak up everything, to learn.
Right? There was an opportunity. I like that word. It was an opportunity. Do people seize on every opportunity? Why? What gun? Nope, sit down. She got her hand up. Go ahead, sis. I want the sisters to kind of talk.
I think because they think they're smarter, and older, and they think they have all the time in the world.
They have all the time in the world. I don't like the way you do that. I got my own way. But how? How you got your own way when you just barely started doing anything? How you got your own way when your own way is not sound? Right? The soundness is in this example that's standing right next to you that's giving you what's sound, but in your mind you're like, nah, I don't like the way you need that dough. What?
I think that because the older age sister is held accountable for her actions, that a younger sister could be afraid to be held accountable for their actions being around that older sister. You know what I'm saying?
So, but then see, that's where the elder sister comes in.
Right.
Because then it's like, well, look, I'm going to hold you accountable, but it said them that are spiritual restore in the spirit of meekness. So a true elder knows how to restore in the spirit of meekness. It said them that are spiritual. So an elder got to be spiritual, right? Didn't I just read that? It said spiritual qualities properly. Older woman referring to spiritual responsibility. So there's a spiritual responsibility in all aspects coming from this woman, but she knows it. But isn't there a responsibility of the younger? What is it? I'm gonna throw this scripture in here. It just hit my brain. Come on. What is it? I know what it is. Go to Peter. Go to Peter. 1 Peter 5:5.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5.
So this is the requirement in the dynamic of an aged woman and the younger woman. Go ahead.
Likewise, ye younger,
Right?
submit yourselves unto the elder.
Wait, what does the younger got to do?
Submit yourselves.
Wait, what does she got to do?
Submit.
She got to,
Submit.
Yeah, she got to submit. You got to break yourself. You got to submit. You know why this is important? The elder sister, the aged woman, has already done it. She's already submitted. She's 50 years old. She's aged. She's like, man, I'm tired of going through the BS. Tired of arguing with my husband. Did that. Guess what? I'm making peace in the house. Tired of being told what I'm not doing right. Guess what? I'm gonna start doing it right. That's how you know you got an aged woman on your hands, because she's not doing the contentious young thing, like trying to go through her husband's phone, trying to find arguments, trying to create arguments, holding grudges, right? Holding situations and making it contentious, moving around with a stank attitude. But we're gonna get to all of it, but she's already submitted herself to the gospel. And she's taken herself away from the carnal responsibility that the world tells you got to keep. Which is what? Tit for tat. Going back and forth. Don't let no nigga tell you what you need to be doing. That's the carnal responsibility. I'm an independent woman. I don't need you. She's submitted to the spiritual responsibility, which is what? Well, we're going to focus on this behavior that becometh holiness. She submits to that already. She wakes up breathing that. Where the young chicks is doing what? It's that they think about mischief on their beds. That's what the young chick is doing. She's like, just in her head, in the physical, in the carnal. And the elder age woman is supposed to be there to settle her mind and to guide her out of, why you arguing with him? Why don't you submit? So think about it. Just think about this. Isn't it like 50 times harder for a woman to submit to a man when she never even submitted to a woman? And that'd be some of y'all's issue. Your mama didn't break you. So how can a man? That's why there's a challenge with your husband. There's this competition. You're like in this masculine competition with him. You don't think so, but you are, because your mom didn't settle you down and say, hold up, pump brake real quick. That's not how you do that. You ran from the chastisement. Let's be real. You didn't stay around Big Mama, because damn, Big Mama always talking crap. But Big Mama's sweet and she make a good apple pie, but damn, man, when she get to talking, I just tune out. Big Mama go in, smack you upside the head and everything. Girl, what you doing? Right? Think about it. Let me ask y'all a question. Now I'm gonna get a little personal. I'm gonna ask you a question. Has your mom still alive, right? Yes. Has your mom ever seen you disrespect your husband?
Yes.
Con. Has your mama ever seen you disrespect your husband?
No.
Okay. Has your mom ever seen you disrespect your husband? Con. What did she tell you?
Nothing.
What did she tell you?
Tell me that I don't know.
Okay, so your mom gave you a little bit of a tongue lash. And I can believe it, because you come from like a deep Christian background where they'll check certain things, but there's certain things that, like, they'll check you for talking bad to your husband, but they eat pork. So I get it. It's a Christian thing, right? But your mom didn't say nothing, right? Think about that. Now, back in the day, right? Back in the day, you disrespect your husband in front of your mom, she would smack the black off of you. She pull you in that, listen, girl, what you, she be going into you. That's not how you talk to no man, right? Just like there was a time if a man was abusive to a woman putting his hands on her, his pops would punch a hole through him. That's not how you deal with no woman, right? And I'm not saying that's in every situation, but there was a consensus that, listen, this is how a woman dealt with a man. This is how a woman honored her husband. And the discipline of that, it came from the aged woman. Now, let me ask you a question. You ever see your mom disrespect your dad? Wow. Okay. You ever see your mom disrespect your dad? Now that you can remember it, what about you? Yeah, okay. But that's why your mom was cool with it, because she did it. So you see where I'm going? Where if there's not this cutoff of, wait a minute, this is not how we do it, coming from an aged woman or man, then guess what? If I'm subject to it, I'm going to subject my children to it. And then you're going to subject your children. And this is where we just keep things out of order. Right? Now, you might have seen your mom do that, but you don't roll like that. You ever see your mom disrespect your pops?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so, think about it though. Isn't that a teaching? Isn't that an elder teaching the younger? It's just by example, right? That's all it is. You ever see your mom disrespect your pops?
Yeah.
Right. I've never seen my mom disrespect my pops. My mom never even talked bad about my daddy. He wasn't even around. She never talked bad about the guy. My mom ain't that type of woman where she just harbors on negative like that. Right?
Wow.
I've never seen it. I've seen it from other family members and I've seen it from friends. Right? So it was foreign to me, but it wasn't so foreign. Right? It still helped develop certain things in my psyche, seeing it come from other people. What about you? You ever see your parent, your mom disrespect your dad?
Kind.
Yeah. See that? But doesn't that melt a certain type of thought process in your brain? That, oh, this is normal. That's how she's supposed to do it. But see, that elder woman, she would chop that off quick. Nah, that's not how you do that. That's not what I taught you. Because doesn't it reflect negatively on the elder if they don't move like that? Yeah. So there's something about this elder that this spiritual responsibility that they carry, they want others to carry it too. Right? And when you come from that nobility, from that line, you'll stain that line if you're not moving the way the elder taught you. Right? But the first and foremost thing is the younger has to submit to the older. That's first and foremost. Go ahead. Think about this. If a young boy don't submit to his father, who will he submit to? Nobody. He gonna have to get shot. Straight up.
Unbroken horse.
Yeah, he's like an unbroken horse. Why you think they getting shot in the streets? All these niggas getting killed in the streets, they never submitted to a man. And the man that counted, it was their father. They never was broke by their daddies. So now when I get in the streets and my nuts are super big and nobody can't tell me nothing, now I gotta get shot. I gotta get shot, jumped, stabbed, or put in jail. That's it. That's it, because my daddy wasn't there to break me. I didn't have to submit to nobody. My mom don't care. She can't handle me. But that's why older men are important in your, like I think about my son all the time and I'm like, golly, man, if I'm not here to constantly break this dude, I feel sorry for everybody because he would run game. He would outsmart and outwit, especially the women in the house. He would run a gambit around them. Me, man, the other day I almost put his ass out the car. Like, look, bro, you got to walk home. Oh, I was on that. I was on that type of time with him the other day. Like, listen, bro, if I don't get the straight talk that I need, you have to walk and find your way. And he was like, and I start slowing down. Yeah, but he starts spilling. Oh yeah, I'm not playing with him because I'm gonna put him out. He knows I will put him out there. I will drag him out that car. Right? I'm not playing games. Where you know how y'all be, women. I can't let my poor baby walk. He might get kidnapped. He might need to get kidnapped. Yeah, he might need to get broke by somebody. But the point is, you gotta submit. The younger, go ahead, Reed. Oh man. Go ahead, read.
Submit yourselves unto the elder.
Go ahead.
Yea, all of you, be subject one to another.
Look at LJ almost getting kicked out the car. Man. Oh man, I got something for you, LJ. It says what? Read again.
It says, yea, all of you, be subject one to another.
So the younger first must submit to the elder. And in turn, the elder is submitting to the younger by what? By being there to be the example. By taking on that spiritual responsibility and now administering it. This is what you aged women are supposed to be doing. Now, all you have to do if you're thinking is say, okay, once Quadazop goes through this class and talks and does all this, I'm going to hold this mirror to every sister. And you'll be able to make the distinction on who's the elder, who's the age, and who's not. I'm going to let you determine. I'm going to let you hold the mirror to your peers, to your contemporaries. Go ahead.
And be clothed with humility.
Right, so submission and humility has to come from the younger sister, the younger sisters, but it also has to come from the elder. They got to submit also. They got to put themselves in position to teach. They got to put themselves in, and not just to bark orders. Oh, nigga, this, nah, because when your mama was teaching you how to cook, she wasn't barking orders at you. Baby, go ahead and get me the rolling pin over there. And you brought the fork. She didn't smack you with the fork. She was like, no, the round one that, and you went and got it. And she was like, yeah, that's it, girl. And she encouraged you. She didn't take the rolling pin and box you over the head with it because you bought the wrong utensil. Get me the measuring cup, girl. And you brought her the regular little mug. And she smashed it over your head like wrestling. Nah, she didn't do that, right? No, she said, no, not that one, girl. The one with the red markings, and you went and you got it. And she, oh, girl, good job. And she patted you on the butt, and y'all made cookies together. Right? And she gave you different, she was dropping wisdom on you. She was dropping different knowledges on you that you too young to pick up. She just talking. To you, she just talking. Mama just talk too much. But mama dropping jewels. She talking about her and your dad, how much she love them and this, that, and the third, and you don't get it. But what she was doing was slowly embedding certain concepts into your mind. That's if you had a mom that was about that. I mean, come on, the likelihood that, I mean, my mom taught me how to cook, but it wasn't like that. You know, I'm pretty sure some of y'all learned how to cook, but it wasn't like how I'm saying it. I'm saying it like one of them damn Tyler Perry movies. Everything's all good, like, you know what I'm saying? You know damn well it don't be like that. He be like, girl, get your ass in this kitchen and help me. You do these dishes, right? And she barking orders while she cooking, you doing dishes, right? And she's like, girl, you know I can't cook with no dirty kitchen. And she's going in, you like, God, I'm only 2. Right? That's a typical black house. Wow. Right? She wait, God. Oh, jump back. Oh man, jump back. So we understand that there's a value to this aged woman, right? She brings a value that really it's invaluable. Because now we understand that without the aged man, woman, the next generation is destroyed. There is no soundness in them. And I mean, can't we just look? Come on. Can't we just look at the generations? Everything after his generation is trash. I ain't gonna hold you. It just, my bad. But you're a different cat. You up in here, right? You up in here. They up in here. So y'all are not completely done, right? But I can say everything after my generation was trash. And the person before me can say, well, the generation after me was trash. Because truthfully, yes, there has been a degradation of the generations for such a long time where when one generation slacked, it just helped the other generation to slack more. And then we all doing the same garbage, right? Where there is no separation no more. Now the OG is trying to be the young G. right? You 60 years old trying to move with the young heads.
Right.
Nah, you supposed to be guiding the young heads,
Right.
right? You in the club with your daughter. But then your mom's in the club with you, so you got 3 generations in the club twerking in spandex. Wow. And guess what? Let's not act like it ain't real. Y'all all see it on you see it on Facebook. 3 generations and they all dress like whores.
Sukiana, her great grandmother was a whore.
Was a whore?
Her mom was a whore, and so she was.
They were like literal whores.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. But even the typical non-Sukihamas. Sukihama. Even the typical just regular black women that I'm in spandex, but I'm 18, but she's in spandex, but she's 50, but she's in spandex, but she's 70. What the hell? Y'all all competing for the same nigga? Yes. Yes. Instead of saying, hey, this is how you pick the right man. You gonna fight her for her man. And y'all got a 50-year age gap. Damn. What are these niggas thinking? Let's go to the scriptures. Right. Right. So go back to Titus 2. I told you it was gonna be fun. Go ahead to Titus 2. Read verse Titus 2, read verse 3 one more time.
Titus chapter 2, verse 3.
So we understand what the elder sister is in this context, right? And the value of the elder sister. Go ahead.
The aged woman, likewise,
Right?
let it be in behavior as becometh holiness.
Right. So somebody look up that word. Well, I'll look it up real quick. That word behavior. Right? Behavior. And you know, it's a Greek word. I looked it up in the Strongs. It just means demeanor. Right? But then you gotta look up demeanor, because what is a demeanor? What does demeanor entail? Right? So watch this. The definition, demeanor, usage. So this word is used in the scriptures: behavior, conduct, deportment, or demeanor. Deportment means manners. Deportment means manners, right? So demeanor. What do I got for demeanor? I'm gonna just hit y'all with this one real quick. Demeanor. Demeanor is a person's outward behavior, okay? Including how they act, how they speak, how they express themselves, and how they appear to others. It can include how someone stands, your demeanor, how someone sits, how someone talks, how someone makes facial expressions. We're gonna deal with that, and more, right? And I can always repeat it, or I could just, you know what I could do? Watch this. I'm gonna shoot it right to the group text. Everybody's gonna get it. Copy text, go right into the line chat. Huh?
I got one for behavior.
You got, okay, give me a sec. Let me shoot this and let me finish this demeanor one real quick. Where we at? Boom, boom, bam, bam. Right there. I put it in the camp check text for everybody. Demeanor can also suggest a person's attitude towards others. It also includes dress, appearance, conversation, manners. Includes an outward manners dependent on something more internal. That's spiritual responsibility. So demeanor is your outward manners being propelled off of the inward woman. That makes sense? Right. So if your inward woman is a whore, well, then you're going to dress and talk and act and move like a hoe. Right? If your inward woman is cruel, well, you're going to move cruel. If your inward woman is godly and humble and meek, well, then now you're going to be adorned with that humble and meek attire and spirit and all these other outward things. Like, what it's showing us is that what's within, no matter how you try to dress it and fake and cap, it comes out in one facet or another. right? So you can have the tender, soft vocals, right? And it's like, it sounds like, you know what I'm saying?
Melody.
Yeah, it sounds like angels singing. But what about the face that goes with it? Oh, damn. What about the body expressions and the body language and the way you sitting? You know, chicks be sitting like, yeah, son, and they got their legs wide open. I'm like, what? Why you sitting like that? I wish y'all could see me. They're like, yeah, son. Right? And but they got their legs open like a man. Like they got balls.
Right.
And they sitting there like, right? But she could be soft and soft spoken, but so what? Who wants a chick that's sitting like that? Like sitting like a dude. Who wants that? No, so demeanor entails all these different things, and that ain't godly behavior. That ain't how the Most High said a woman should move. Even a man shouldn't move like that. That's a niggard, right? That's niggerish. So what else? It says the elder women in their whole bearing should exhibit a certain dignity of sacred demeanor, right? There should be something in her general appearance, in her dress, in her speech, in her everyday behavior, which the younger and more thoughtless sisters should respect and reverence. There was a reason why your mom and your grandma, right? The ones that was moving a certain way that weren't hypocritical, there was a reason why when they pulled up into the building that they got that respect, that people kind of moved out the way. We don't see that a lot. You don't see that a lot with these older women. Ain't nobody moving out the way for them. Ain't nobody even giving up a seat for your ass. Why? Because you're brutish. You're a bulldog. You're demanding. There is no humility there. You're not deserving of what an elder woman is deserving, a true elder woman, a true woman of behavior, right? Of a good demeanor. What else we got? What you got for behavior?
Behavior, the way in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially toward others.
Right, I think I had that. Or did I not? I'm capping. Right, I had demeanor. Right, no, and that's absolutely right. It's the way you behave. So, this is the question. What does my demeanor say? No. What does my demeanor, you're gonna write this down. What does my demeanor tell others about me? Because your demeanor tells on you. It tells whether or not you're an elder, sister, in age and in mind. It tells, like, remember Prince said, act your age, not your shoe size? Damn. That was Prince, right? Yeah, he said, that was Prince. Yeah, you don't have to be rich. Be my girl, don't have to be. That's Prince, right? Kids. Right, kids. He said, act your age, not your shoe size. We're gonna see who's acting their shoe size and who's actually acting their age. Because some of us be moving in a certain type of way, some of the sisters, y'all moving this certain type of way, and I'm not gonna take the excuse, I don't realize that I'm doing that. I don't care no more. You gotta realize it. Because somebody gotta submit to that. Somebody's looking at that and learning from what you're not even paying attention to. And that's bad. Right? That's real bad. So, first point, what does my demeanor let others know about me? Facial expressions, resting bitch face. I said it. I won't say it again, but I had to say it. You know why I hate that? Like, that's just my face. No, it ain't. That ain't your face, sis. That ain't your face. That's your mind. That's your mind, right? When you look all twisted up in the face and you look all beat down and just worried and overwhelmed, that's your mind telling everyone Or that's your face telling everyone what's on your mind. Y'all realize that, right? Now, we went through a beautiful countenance versus beauty class. Anybody remember that? Y'all don't remember that. I remembered it because I had to go through these same scriptures. But we went through a class about beauty and countenance. And beauty is one thing, but countenance is a whole nother thing, right? But you got these sisters, man, you'll sit here at feast days. You'll sit amongst the brothers, amongst the sisters. You'll be at garments. You'll be just whatever you're doing. You'll be at home. And your whole face says something. It says, shoot me in the face now. That's what it says. It says, look, get the rope and hang me from the back porch. And it's like, God damn, like, is it that bad?
Throw mama from the train.
Throw mama from the train. Yeah, you like, listen, just drag me from the back of the truck. I'll be better off that way. But think about it. If your face says, kill me now, what are you telling your daughter about marriage? Oh, damn. What are you projecting to your daughter about being in relationships? Because if you're like, man, listen, I look like I'm suicidal right now. And she's like, mama. She's like, damn, what's wrong with her? You just got done talking to your husband. And she's like, damn, so that's what it's like dealing with a husband? I'm good. Or I'm going to deal with girls. I don't want to deal with no man if that's what men are going to make you feel like. So the way you project through your facial expression is hella important. But y'all think, oh, it's just my resting bitch face. Like that's a thing. See? Carnal responsibilities. They taught you that in the world. There's a spiritual responsibility that a woman knows that she got to have her face a certain way no matter what. Because it gives off a certain notion about her situation. Many women hate marriage based off of, man, you know, my mama just looked like she hated it. My mama, she was just always in the kitchen and complaining. She was barefoot in the kitchen and pregnant. And then she complained about it. So guess what? I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't y'all realize that? That your kids go for what you want? They go for what you make look good? They go for what you're happy about? Don't you realize that? That when they submit to you, they're going off of what you give off? And you're teaching them by example? So let's read it. Let's prove me wrong in the Bible. Let's read it on the paper. Ecclesiastes 37 and verse 17. Who gonna get it? Quick with that sword. Oh my God, that boy came back. Wait, he sharpened up on you. Get my gun. Read it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 37, verse
17.
17.
Go ahead. Cap on. Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 37, verse 17.
Right.
The countenance is a sign of changing of the heart.
Yeah, so this is the thing we can't get around. Your countenance, what you give off on your face, that cheerful, man, she looks like she's happy to be here. Or that dreadful, goddamn, who took a poop in her oatmeal? Whatever face you got and in between, it shows where your mind's at, sis. See, the aged woman, she moved around no matter how hard it was. She was ripping through the house, cleaning, dusting, humming, right? You know, humming to herself, her little gospels, swing low, sweet chariot, whatever it was. And you're like, damn, Big Mama, what the hell is your problem? Why are you so happy? Because this is the day that the Lord made, I'm going to rejoice in it. And be glad. Ain't that what she hit you with?
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell? Like, my life is terrible. How's your life so good picking up after this nigga? That's what the Lord got me here doing, baby. And she dusting. Like, God damn, she's like a damn maid, and she got the maid unit, and she baking apple pies, and the house smelled good. I'm talking about TV shows I watch again. Surely ain't none of us dealt with that, right? But she got she's happy. She cooked food. She's happy to serve. She ain't trying to sit down because she gotta sit. She's like, nah, I gotta make sure everybody else is good. And she's happy. I got that for you. I got that for you. You go ahead and pick up the table. I'll do the dishes. Right? She wasn't on, well, I cooked and the cook don't clean. She wasn't on that. You young niggas is on that. That's what y'all on. Well, I cook, so y'all gotta clean. Who taught you that? Who taught you not to be hospitable? The generation before you. They taught you that. They taught you that through example, through eyesight. They might not have said, look, I cook, you clean. But they taught you that when they didn't do it or when they did do it. They taught you how to be not non-hospitable. They taught you to be non-caring and non-nurturing. And this is the reality that we got to face, that some of these things were embedded in you the wrong way. And we got to now re-embed the right things. We got to look at the things that are there and pay attention to what we're not paying attention to. Read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 37 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
The countenance is a sign of changing of the heart.
Yeah, so whether you're going from happy to down, your mind's changing. Whether you're going from down to up, it's showing you that your mind is changing. Right? You get married the first year, you happy, bubbly, smiling. Barakatah the second year, you like, oh, buddy. Whew, it's not what I signed up for. Yeah, we know that's not what you signed up for. You didn't know what the hell you signed up for because nobody was there to give you their 30 years of experience to tell you that first year, better cherish it. That second year, you better cherish it. You better cherish not having no kids. Because when they come, ooh, you in for a surprise. But I'm not going to make it so surprising. I'm going to unwrap the box for you. This is what you look for. This is what you look for. This is what's going to happen the first year when you have a baby. Don't let them do this. Don't let them do that. But watch out for that. Remember that. And you like that. There's so much, but it's not. Because really you're internalizing. And then when you get to the situation, you're like, damn, my mom did tell me that. She did tell me to watch out for this. So now it's not such a surprise. But how many times you've been caught off guard in life? You're like, damn, man. Bruh. Like, how come nobody told me this? Better check your elders. Better talk to your elders. Those so-called elders you got. Ecclesiastes 13. Sirach 13:25.
Sirach chapter 13 verse 25.
Come on.
The heart of a man changeth his countenance.
But the heart of the man is what? See, I just proved it. It says the countenance is a sign. It says the heart of a man changed his countenance. So what you're thinking is changing how you feel about things, and it's giving off that outward expression. Go ahead.
Whether it be for good or evil.
Whether it be for good or evil. We can't get around it. So now don't you gotta watch how your face looks? Don't you gotta kind of like fake it until you make it? Because this is the problem. Sisters in here got duties that they gotta do, right? You got school duties, you got the school, you got garments, you got this, you got that. Just think about it. And we used to tell this to brothers all the time, like working in the mall. You never crap on the mall and talk about how hard it is, and even though it's hard, but you never did the woe is me in the mall in front of the new brother. Why? Yeah, you would break him down before he even got a chance to experience it for himself and work out his own mental conundrums. But if you automatically walk in from the mall and you just like, oh my God, I don't believe what just happened, and you look like you dying, what is that gonna give off to the next man?
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this. Like, nigga, if you looking like this and you've been here 10 years, I don't want to go. Hell, what chance am I going to stand? But don't you think that as a youth, as a young woman, when you look at an old ass woman that's been around, and in her mind, she's losing it, and in her face, she's losing it, and you're like, wait a minute. So you've been here this long and You going through this? What chance do I stand? You automatically, it says you destroy, you wound that weak person's heart. Right? It tells you about bringing a coward to war. Because you can see the cowardness on his face. You can see the scary in his eyes. And the next man that looks at him, damn, you scared? Oh, damn, I'm scared too. Damn, we both scared. If you scared, and we supposed to not be scared, but damn, I'm scared too. And then I look up, oh, damn, I just got him scared. I got him scared. And everybody I look at, they all scary now. Especially if you're supposed to be that guy. If you're supposed to be like that and you scary, woo, what's that going to do for the rest of the men? Especially if you project yourself as that woman and you scary, you breaking down, what's that supposed to do for the young sisters? Nada, right? It's going to break them down. Read it again.
The heart of a man changeth his countenance.
Go ahead.
Whether it be for good or evil.
Come on.
And a merry heart.
A what?
Merry heart.
A what?
Merry heart.
See, if you got a merry heart, go ahead.
Maketh a cheerful countenance.
Yeah. You're going to look like you're happy to be in your position. Now, does a merry heart, is that contingent on certain things? Like, well, he bought me flowers today. Well, we went out to eat today. You know what? He took me on a date today. You know what? He carved out hours in his day to hang out with me today. Is that what your merry heart's contingent on? Because if so, that's sad. I'll tell you straight up. If your joy is contingent on what your husband's doing for you, that's sad. That's sad, man. Because it's so much bigger than your little whack relationship. Sorry, just is. It just is. There's a whole nation at stake with multitudes of relationships and multitudes of little boys and girls that need examples. And you're going to hang it all on what he didn't do for you today? Where you're going to move around with the resting bitch face and the I don't care mode and, I'm here. What? What? Like what? Yeah, that's how some of y'all sound. Watch. Wait till I go. What? Right? What y'all want? And even if you don't sound like it, that's how you look. You look like bleh. Because your countenance. Because in your mind, you're throwing up. In your mind, you don't want to be here. So you think that you're good enough to have a mind that's weak and not have the weakness in your face? Your upper lip quivering? Because he didn't shalom me the right way. Because when he came in, he didn't give me a kiss. What? So now you take that out on everybody else. Now, this is the thing. If this is you, what they say, if it don't apply, let it fly. If it's you, then you know what? You can't be no age sister. Because age sisters don't move off of that no more. They ain't moving off what their man is doing or what he's not doing to them. Well, he didn't take me on a date this week. So you know what? I'm no longer an aged woman. She's like, bro, I got things to do too. I got these sisters that I'm accountable for. I got my duties to do. I got this house to keep up. That man gonna do what that man do. Don't you notice that every woman that's of a certain age tells you that? Let him do what he gonna do, girl. Am I lying? Y'all see it all on TikTok. You see it all on Instagram. The older women be like, listen, I'm not worried about him. I got my own thing I gotta be doing.
Saw it in the mall.
Huh?
I saw it in the mall.
You see it? Yeah, you talk to these old people in the mall, like, what's the secret, old timer?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let him do him. And you find you some business. Right?
Keep yourself busy.
Yeah, keep yourself busy. And usually if you're doing it the right way, you're keeping yourself busy with what he needs you to do.
Exactly.
You're not like, well, he ignored me, so F him. I'm gonna go find me some business with the next nigga. Nah, you're like, you know what? I gotta just keep my mind off of that negative and occupy myself in good things. But what do young women do? Well, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I sleep on the opposite side of the bed with my back extra turned with 10 blankets on me. I'm gonna do that for 2 weeks until he gets the message. It's like, what? It's like, what I do? Well, remember last month? Like, damn, bruh, are you are you serious? But remember last month when you just walked in the house and you just said shalom and walked right by me? Or remember we were supposed to go to the movies and, the brothers? It's like, okay, well, you should have found you some business with the sisters. You should have, that's the thing though. It's like you so caught up in this man. The aged woman ain't caught up in her man. She caught up in the work. Her man is there and she knows that. He ain't going to work because he's caught up in the work. She ain't pissed off because he's doing work. Think about it. Just think about it. Just think about that concept. You mad because he's doing the work of the Lord? Because he slid you to the side one time? Or maybe a few. Right? What does an aged woman do? She figures out a way to carve out time in a different way. Oh, well, we couldn't, look, I know, man, I get it, you're busy, we couldn't hit the movies like we planned, but I still did something nice for us. Look, when you get home, got the food ready, the kids is won't be asleep, we can have a quick little, 3-hour movie session. What do they down with that? So an aged woman is thinking. She's thinking about ways to not let herself get caught up in dumb emotion and foolishness and foolish contentions that just do what? All it does is just piss your husband off more and make your relationship more distant. Don't y'all realize that? Why do you think the aged woman, they stay together so long after a time? They're like, man, we lifelong partners because she gave up all that fighting for his attention. She gave up all the jousting, right? She's not making him feel bad because he got to go to work. That's wild. You gonna make me feel bad for having to go to work? But then you're gonna make me feel bad when we can't pay no bills then.
Right.
Niggas cannot win. Damn. He's always working. That's why I left him. Damn. Okay. Well, I left him because he's broke. Whoa, wait a minute. How do we win? But see, the aged woman ain't on that.
Right.
She's like, wait, he always working? Let me find a way to alleviate. Let me find a way to step in and pull some of that burden. That way we can have some time.
Right.
Not just shun him, cut him off, and leave him to himself to be more busy. Because you know how we do it. We get busy and we forget the world. I know I do. I get busy, man, and I'm just like, ain't nothing around me. I gotta be pulled out of the thing that I'm doing, literally. Right? But you gotta know that about your husband. You gotta know that about men. When we dive into something, though, we in there. And we trying to figure things out and build things and we trying to get something going and we cannot be pulled away until it's done. But then you gotta say, hey babe, remember me? And it's like, oh, yeah, you're right. Come on, babe. Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. Now I veered off to the side a little bit. Let's bring it back. Right? Read that one more again.
Sirach, chapter 13, verse 25.
Come on.
The heart of a man changeth his countenance.
And this is what we always got to remember. Your mind is what changes your face. Go ahead.
Whether it be for good or evil.
Come on.
And a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance.
Read down to verse 26.
A cheerful countenance is a token of a heart that is in prosperity.
So what happens when you got a whack countenance? What happens when you're not cheerful? What happens when you got that worried, I don't know what to do countenance? What does that tell? See, now you got to check yourself, right? Now you got to check yourself. It's not for y'all to be worried. Don't y'all get that? It's not for you to have the face of, I'm thinking of a million ways to get around this problem. That's why y'all break. Leave that to us. Leave the thinking face, the deep thought face. Dave, what you doing? Man, I'm just thinking. Damn, you got using deep thought. Yeah. Leave that to us. Not saying that you guys are not capable. But the thing is, when y'all get into these, when you let your mind start to dictate, y'all don't do it right. It comes off to other people like, yo, what the hell is her problem? She don't like me. she's mean, she's this, she's that. And it's like, nah, that's just my face. No, that's not your face. It's not. You ever just smile by accident? No one smiles by accident. You're actually thinking about something. And that's why you smile. It's a reaction. Just like when you do this. And the sister's like, hey, shalom, sis. Y'all shalom. And you're like, y'all shalom. She's like, what the hell's her problem? Then she come back like, sis, you good? Oh, yeah, I was just thinking. Damn. Like, I could just be thinking, and a brother could come to me, and I could change my whole thought, because now I'm focused on the brother. Now I'm focused on the man. So guess what? Oh, damn, happy to see you. Shalom. Like, my demeanor changes towards the brother because he's not what I'm thinking on. And it's not necessary for me to project my thought process onto our interaction. Y'all are perfect at that. And it's bad. It's bad. To the point, you come with that constipated face. And it's like, Jesus, man. Like, yo, go get you some fiber. I don't know, a laxative, but them facial expressions are trash. It's just like a disgruntled, like I'm here, but like my husband said, whoof, you got the my husband said face. Like, what did he say? If you don't come, he's gonna kill you? Like, what did he say? But you got my husband said I gotta, like, damn, that's a whole facial expression. That's it. That's the new one. You got the my husband said face. Read on.
And the finding out of parables is a wearisome labor of the mind.
See that? Why is it bringing that? Because when you start to find out the parables, when you're thinking and musing on things, right? When I'm like, damn, I just read something in Matthew's. Like, damn, what the hell was Christ talking about? And I'm like, what's that? I'm like, no, that ain't it. And I'm making these faces like I'm constipated, like, oh, dang. But then when I get it, I'm like, oh, my whole countenance changes. See that? So it's telling you your thoughts, what you think on, and how you think. It's gonna show up on your face, right? This aged woman, she's always aware of how she projects her facial expressions. Why? Why is it important? Besides what I said, somebody give me another reason why it's important. I said, the main thing that I said was what? Because when you start to look like you're tormented in something, no one else wants to join in, right? Why else? Think about the people that she's around. What are they gonna think? Or how are they gonna feel? What?
Nobody's gonna want to go to that elder sister if that's where her face is showing.
Let's believe it. You're not gonna look inviting, right? Nobody's gonna want to deal with you. And most importantly, though, you're gonna put people on edge. They're gonna feel like, damn, what did I do to make her? Did I do something? Right. And it's like, no, you didn't do anything. It's like, then why you keep looking like that at me? Right. If it ain't me, then why you? That's just my face. No. It's not just your face. It's your thoughts, sis. It's your thoughts. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling beat down, go alleviate some of that pressure. Go talk to your husband. Go talk to the leaders. Go talk to a brother. Go get some damn counsel. But that ain't your face. Tired of that excuse. Just my face is how I look. No, it's not. The Bible is telling you that you're lying. Right? The Bible is telling you that you're lying. 8:30. What the? Proverbs 15 and 3. Proverbs 15 and 13. What the? First point. We'll get through it. Proverbs 15 and 13.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13.
Somebody else get me Ecclesiastes. Sirach 25:17. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13.
Come on.
A merry heart maketh a cheerful
I'm going to
countenance.
say it again. We can't avoid it. I took you to Sirach took you into Proverbs to show you they say the same thing. You can't escape it. Read.
But by sorrow of the heart, the spirit is broken.
But by sorrow of the mind, the spirit is broken. But where does the sorrow of the mind show up? On your face. On your face. There is no such thing as a resting bitch face. There's no such thing. Get out your damn thoughts. Get engaged. An elder sister, an aged woman ain't got time to get caught up in her thoughts because she's worried about everyone else around her. But why do you have time to get caught up in your thoughts? You ain't got nobody around you to worry about. That's another thing. Some of you sisters be hiding. You hide from the duty of being a leader, of being a teacher, of sharing your experiences. You hide. You hide. Why? Because you want to cater to these weaknesses. Go to the next one.
Sirach chapter 25 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
The wickedness of a woman changes her face.
See that? So why is my face changing for the evil? You better check what's in you. And I'm not calling nobody wicked, but the Bible calling her wicked, I'm gonna call her wicked. Bible call them play, I'm gonna call them play. Read. Mama call them play, I'm gonna call them play. Read on.
And the darkness of her countenance like sackcloth.
And it said, and it darkeneth. You ever see them sisters? They look dark, rings around their eyes just pushed in. You looking sick. You looking dark and just clouded. It's like, damn, what are you going through? But I've seen sisters look like that first coming in, and I've seen that cloud of darkness get lifted off them. Literally. Because it says wisdom maketh the face to shine. Because now they're aware of how they're looking. Now they're aware of their facial expression, and they're actually putting substance in their minds. Right? Go from there. I got one more. Go to 2 Maccabees 3:16. 2 Maccabees 3:16.
Okay. 2 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
And
Nope.
Salakia. Then the
Go ahead. Come on, stay with me. Come on.
2 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 16.
Come on.
Then whoso had looked on Salakia. Then whoso had looked the high priest in the face,
Go ahead.
it would have wounded his heart.
See that? And this is how y'all be looking sometimes. You got this damn facial expression, you wounding the other sisters. You wounding them in their hearts. Go ahead.
For his countenance
Right?
and the changing
Go ahead.
of the color
Of his color.
Salakia, of his color declared the inward agony of his mind.
Damn, that's nasty. Wow. Whew. That is filthy, but it's true. Your face is like a piercing sword to other sisters. And your agony is all over your face. The agony of your marriage, the agony of your relationship, the agony of you not communicating, the agony of you being disgruntled, the agony of, well, my husband said, it's written all on you. And guess what it's doing for the next sister? It's scarring her. Or it could be like the scriptures say, wisdom maketh the face to shine, and the sister looks like, damn, girl, you glowing. You've heard that expression, right? Girl, you glowing. Girl, that's that new foundation, right? But really it's not. Really it's not. It's because you got into a new little relationship, you got you a new little dude, right? He making you feel good, right? And you glowing because of that. Let's be real. Because they always say, girl, you glowing. What, you got a new man? Come on, man. I do watch too much TV. I know. I can play all these scenarios. But I'm not lying, though. It's true. The only time y'all want to glow is when y'all got like something new. A new toy or a new man or a new job or a new dress. Girl, I got this new bag. That's why I'm glowing. But you got to be able to glow. You got to be able to glow in the old things also. You got to be able to keep that joy in your relationship with your husband that can't provide all the time. right? That can't give you all his time, that don't want to give you all the information. You got to be able to have joy in yourself, in what you're doing for the Lord. You should take joy in the garments y'all did and sit back and say, damn, my husband don't look good. I'm going to look good right next to him. Because as good as I made him look, even if I look whack, I'm going to look good. That's the joy you should take. That's what the aged women did back in the day. Big Mama didn't have nothing. But guess what? Everybody else had everything. Everyone else had everything. As long as her family was good, long as they was taken care of, that's all she cared about. That's real. That's real talk. A lot of us come from those type of backgrounds where even though you wasn't getting the right example, moms didn't really care about what she had as long as you had it. My mom's was on that. She had 3 boys up in the house. And then my little sister came. I was rocking J's. I was on my mom's neck for them J's. She got them too. She got them when she could. And she went without things for herself. And I feel bad. Because my greediness, my selfishness. But she did it. She struggled. She pushed. She did it. And she didn't complain. Like, nigga, you wear J's now. You didn't. Nah, I get it. Right? Yeah. And that's the difference. Point number 2. How do you express yourself? Now, this is going to touch a few different things, but really, it's going to touch 2 things simultaneously. We're going to talk about speech and body language, because they go hand in hand, right? Do they not? Usually, when you see sometimes, but so when you see that neck popping and them fingers wagging, there's a loud voice behind that. Ain't no, Shalom, brother, how are you doing? It's usually, Shalom, nigga, what's going on? Right? And she ain't wagging her finger and whacking her head, and then she got a soft, meek, humble voice. It don't work. It don't work. Right? It don't work. But how do you express yourself? And why is this important? Because we all have to express ourselves. Right? Especially you women. You got it, like, y'all are built. One of the things about women is that you need room to be able to talk about what's happening with you, right? You need you need ways to express your emotions. I just need to express myself. I just want to vent. And we like, man, vent? Hell no, we here to fix problems, sis. I ain't gonna let you just talk and not give you the solution. But we got to get better at that. We got to understand one thing about women is that they do need a vent, right? Just like that old, you can't work them like that old 8.0 engine. You can't work them to death and not give them a vent. You know what I'm saying? You can't work them and not let them vent out. You got to give them a vent. You see what I'm saying? You got to ventilate them. You got to let them cool down. Yeah. Right? You work them, they work, they push, this, push. And then you got to give them an outlet. You got to give them that room to blow it off, right? We got to be able to do that as men, because it's not a shot. It's not a shot to your ego. It shouldn't be. When she tells you, hey, I need to vent, I need to talk about some things, just hear me out real quick. But then you women got to understand that with every ventilation comes a point where we cap that off, and then we say, okay, well, you said this, let's fix that. You said this, let me talk about that. Like, you got to be ready for you're going to talk crazy, right? That we going to, like, as men, as bishops, as overseers, like the Bible tells us, as guides, as the head, what we got to do? We got to fix you. Ain't no brother venting to me. I'm just going to be like, yeah, you're right. What the hell not, bro? Especially if you talking some craziness. Well, hold up, bro. You said something. That don't biblically line up to nothing. We got to deal with that real quick. Hold on. Let's go there. Let's go here real quick and deal with what you just said. Because that don't line up. That's not book. You sisters got to know that. If you're going to vent to us, be ready to be corrected. Or, let me take that word off the table. Be ready to be guided. Right? We're going to guide your thoughts, because if you're venting, that means you can't handle your thought process. You can't handle what's in you. So you got to let it off. But then how do you let it off is the problem. How I vent, how I communicate, right? An elder woman, remember, it talks about her behavior, right? Behavior that becometh holiness. Well, how is she communicating? Well, there's a discretion that's there, right? There's a time and a place that's there, right? You ever see, like some of y'all never seen y'all parents argue. Some of y'all have. The ones that seen their parents argue is because they don't know time and place. You got something, you ever see your dad argue with your mom? Not that you can remember, right?
No.
They argued though.
Yeah.
They just didn't do it in front of you. They was in that bedroom while y'all was sleeping and they was going in, right? And not like your mom was just a brute beast, but she was voicing, right, how she felt about certain things that she didn't agree with. And Pops was there like, okay, cool, get it off, and then I got to talk. But it never got to the point where he's punching her in the mouth, she's stabbing him in the face, she's pouring hot water on him, right? She's burning up all his clothes, kicking him through the window, pushing him down the steps. Nigga, get out, calling the cops on him, right? Whoever seen their mom call the cops on their dad, right? Yep. Common. But that's what I'm saying. I seen that once. It was my stepmom. Called the cops on my father. Yeah. So, yeah, man, but those things, listen, that's one of my childhood memories I'll never forget. When the cops came to my house for my pops, that's crazy. At a young age, I'll never forget it. Because I remember if I don't remember anything, I even remember the whole situation that led up to it. And I'm like, yo, I'm not supposed to remember that. I'm supposed to remember the good stuff, like playing with Teddy Ruxpin and rocking my Transformers outside. And I was a Transformer G.I. Joe kid. Like, I barely remember that, but I remember that situation. I remember that day. I'm like, dang, dude, that's etched in my mind, right? And I'm glad, though, because it reminds me to keep my composure and my cool to not be in that situation, right? How do I speak to others, and what are you speaking about? What's up?
Oh, precept on what you was talking about?
No. Let me go through this real quick, and then if you got it, let me just go through this because we're losing time. Ecclesiastes 26 and 27. Is that where you at? Oh, I thought he was right. God, that's a great precept. Go ahead. Ecclesiastes 26 and 27.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 27.
Right.
A loud crying woman.
Right.
And a scold.
And a what?
Scold.
Look that word up. Now, ask yourself this as we hold the mirror up to our mirrors, to our faces. Am I a loud crying woman and a scold? But what is a scold, Padazah? Look that up real quick. What is a scold? And what you're going to do is jump.
I got a definition.
You got take the concert. You just want to talk. Go ahead.
Scold.
Uh-huh.
To censor, usually severely or angrily.
Jump down to 1. You see where it says 1? Wait, are you in 1828?
I'm at 1828.
Okay, let me read this real quick. To find fault or rail with rude clamor.
Oh, that was my definition.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you're in the class. Go ahead, read it for me. I sent him to class. I forgot.
To find fault or rail with rude clamor.
Right.
To brawl.
To what?
To brawl.
Are you a brawler, sis? Damn! How can you be the aged woman and be a brawler? Ooh. That means you're teaching the young women to be brawlers. Right? That means you're teaching the young daughter of yours to be clamorous. Look that word up. Read on. Clamor. No, in my definition. Go ahead.
Okay. To utter railing.
Right.
Or harsh, rude, boisterous.
Now,
rebuke.
where in the Bible does it say a woman is supposed to be harsh in any situation? Where? Where's that at? Where's my good old Christian women? Right? That in I'm just have to what would Jesus do?
WWJD.
Because Jesus was a soft little homosexual man. So I gotta be a meek, humble, woman and go through everything that my husband's taking me through. You ever realize? Come on, man. You know how garbage this is. Where you can watch Kirk Franklin be a damn porn addict and lose his everything on porn, and his wife stands next to him, all humble and meek. Don't say a damn word about it. She won't even hear a press clipping. But an Israelite man, it's like he breathed the wrong way, and it's like, he's just so mean. He's just so harsh. What? He read the script. You ain't Christ. Like, damn. But Kirk Franklin was looking at porn. Nigga's addicted. And his wife is just meek, tender, and humble. Right by his side. All them little whack church pastors, right? You got the one that cheated on his woman, got another chick pregnant. Wife right by his side. Won't hear a word. But we come with, I get it, we come with a firmness that sometimes y'all don't like. Right? We come with a correction. We come with a standard. And all we're trying to do is hold y'all to the standard. Kirk Franklin's wife ain't holding him to the standard. And Kirk Franklin ain't holding his wife to no standard. Because she could be out there in the streets looking like a hoe, and just like that. And that's Kirk Franklin's wife. She over there twerking on stage. Ain't no standard. All we doing is coming with a standard, and it's like we get berailed. What else does the definition say?
It says boisterous rebuke.
We get boisterous rebuke because we come with a standard. Because we say, hey, sis, you got to have a standard. Get the dress on. Get the hair wrap on. Speak differently. Think differently. Approach problems differently. It's like, why I got to do that for?
I like
You get that low hum. You like, what? Like, when did Satan move in? Like, damn. Like Satan. You hear those low grumblings? You like, yo, when did we get a Rottweiler? Because that's what it comes off as when it's so disgusting. You know, it's like so unbecoming to watch a woman move like a man and just raise her voice and get crazy, even at her kids. See, some of y'all don't even do it to you. You do it to your kids. You do this to your kids. Read it again.
A loud crying woman and a scold.
You be like a scold to your kids. You scold your kids in every situation. I'm like, damn, why are you talking to him like that? Leave that to the men. Because at least if we do it, we not all emotional. I check his kids all the time, and then I get right back to business. But I'm not sitting there checking his kid and then staring him down like, you little nigga. Wait till we get home, I'm gonna beat you. I'm like, I'm over it. Sit your ass down, shut up, moving on. But then, sisters, sit down! Ah! Then all he does is breathe the wrong way. You, smack him across the room, his head roll that way, body going that way. And it's like, damn, sis, why are you moving like that towards your son? Because what are you teaching your son at a young age? When a woman deals with a boy a certain way, what is she teaching him? Like when she does the scold, you know what you teach your young boy? You literally take away a level of masculinity from him if you don't realize that. There's a way that a woman is supposed to talk to a boy, right? And you don't talk to him with your damn emotions, but you don't talk to him like a man either. There's a firmness that a woman is supposed. Why did they be running over y'all? Why did they be running over y'all? Because you come with the emotion. Oh my God, my poor baby. Or you come with the, what the hell's your problem? And he's like, that was your problem. Right? But if you deal with him in a, listen, son, there's still a love there, but there's a firmness there, but it's not an emotion. Right? But then what happens when you do it to your daughters? What do you teach them? To be overly emotional. Right? Or every time somebody raises their voice at them, they shrink into like the corner and get this big. That's what you do to them. It's a psychological thing that you teach them early, right? And every little thing they do, it's a yelling match at them. It's a scold, right? What else you got for scold, brother?
Okay. As with, so this is going along with that harsh, rude, boisterous rebuke. As to scold at a servant, a scolding tongue, a scolding wife, a scolding husband, a scolding master. Who can endure?
It's hard to endure that, right? Jump down to
one?
Yeah, one.
A rude, clamorous, foul-mouthed woman.
I mean, damn. Is that what an aged woman is supposed to portray? Rude, clamor. Who got clamorous?
I got clamor.
What you got? Yeah, what you got?
Losh bar.
The other McGunn.
Glamorous. Noisily insistent.
Noisily insistent. What else?
Marked by confused.
Wait, what?
Marked by confused.
Right, she's clamorous. She's confused. What else?
Or outcry.
Right.
Tumultuous.
Damn, tumultuous.
Ooh.
You like the damn nations. What you got?
I got
Abishai was like, damn. Had to blow off some steam on that one, huh? Go ahead, what you got?
A violent shouting.
Wait, a what?
A violent
A
shouting.
violent woman is not becoming. That's not what you ain't supposed to be teaching violence. You teaching violence by example. What else?
Loud, confused.
See that?
And
Where it says Satan is where confusion is. And evil with every works. Go ahead.
and usually inharmonious.
In harmony. There's no harmony. That means that there's no agreement. That means that there's no joy. And that's why it's on your face. Ooh, like the way I did that, didn't y'all? Right? Go back to the scripture. Read that.
Last precept.
You didn't like that. Proverbs 7 and verse 11. Titus 1 and verse 10. Proverbs 16 and 23. Proverbs 31 and 26. One of y'all in the back. Read. Read, Corey.
From the top. A loud crying woman
Right.
and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies.
But she ain't just driving away the enemies. Nobody wants to be around her. You know, like those forever single women that were married, but then when everybody got to a point where they could move out, dad moved out, all the sons moved out, the daughters left. Because who wants to be around that type of woman? Right? But then those are the ones they prop up in the church as the elder. I think you single for a reason. Use it because you were a scold. Proverbs 7 and verse 11.
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
She is loud.
She is what?
Loud.
Huh?
Loud.
An aged woman ain't supposed to be loud. The aged woman ain't supposed to be loud. You ain't even supposed to see her. She's supposed to dip in, drop off some cookies, and dip out. Like, damn, where these cookies come from? Well, you know, such and such was here. Damn, she was. She made herself small. She crept in like a little mouse. She's loud, what?
And stubborn.
And what?
Stubborn.
Not only is she clamorous and loud, she's stubborn also. This is how she's expressing herself, with a level of stubborn. Meaning what? I can't be told nothing. Now, again, the mirror. Look into it. Am I stubborn? Am I stubborn?
In any kind of way.
Am I immovable? You said what?
I said in any kind of way.
In any kind of way. Yeah. Is it hard for my husband to get me moving? The brothers to get my mind going because I'm stuck in my way? You gotta ask yourself. And who am I teaching? Go ahead.
Her feet abide not in her house.
Right. Meaning what? You and everybody else's damn business. You know what's going on in everybody else's situation but your own. You a busybody. Right? Titus 1 and 10.
Book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10.
Go ahead.
For there are many
unruly,
right?
and vain talkers.
So what do I speak about when I open my flap? What do I speak about when I open my flap? Is it vanity of vanities? Is it vexing my husband? Am I speaking wisdom and wise things and adding? It says a wise man or woman, when they hear it, the wise thing, they add to it. Am I tearing down the wisdom when it's coming with my flap? Or am I adding to the wisdom? See, an aged woman, what's she gonna do? She gonna add. She's gonna have wise things to say. She's gonna have encouraging things to say. Even if something comes to her and it's a little harsh, before she opens up her mouth, she's gonna think on that. Say, you know what? I'm gonna think on that. That's probably her response. I'm gonna think on that. But that's a better response than, nigga, you don't know me. What you talking about? I ain't doing that. Who's you? You ain't Jesus. He ain't Jesus. Ain't none of y'all Jesus. I'm God.
And you not.
Nigga, I'm God and you not. She Reverend X. You gotta think about it, man. Listen, you gotta think about it. This is important. The way y'all carry and behave amongst one another. Because there's many young women amongst us. Teens, right? Got a young daughter. I got 2 myself, 3. Damn, so many, 4. Wow, don't worry. Right? And I want them to have a good example. I want y'all daughters. The one thing I never want is my rib or my daughters to be a whack example to y'all's kids. That's like my fear. That's why I be on them. That's why I be on their ass. Cause that's my fear. Like they do something and it like impresses negatively on the weaker generation, the younger generation. That's why I'm constantly like, no. And they're like, you're just a mean person. I'm like, nope. I'm just trying to hold that standard. And y'all don't get it yet. Y'all don't get it yet until you destroy someone. And I'm not gonna sit back and let that happen. Y'all gotta understand, you're gonna destroy it, you're gonna hurt somebody. If you're not aware of the way you move, the way you talk, the way you carry, the way you answer. Yeah, you had a shitty day. Come on! But what does that mean? What does that mean to the aged woman? I had a crappy day, and guess what? The next opportunity is to make the next day, to make the day better.
God.
My next interaction is to erase. I'm gonna erase that whole crappy day, right? With this next interaction.
God.
That's what an aged woman thinks. That's what an aged man thinks. I had a crappy day. Doesn't mean I gotta take it out on you. You don't take it out on your husband. Then you like, babe, well, you know I had a bad day. That's not an excuse to be a scold, to be stubborn, to be loud, to be boisterous, to be obnoxious. We all got crappy days. If I came in every time and let my days off on y'all, bro, come on. Would none of y'all be sitting here? I guarantee it. You guys wouldn't sit here in front of me. Because you would be looking at me like, yo, this nigga is unbearable. Because I got bad days too. Right? But I realize that as bad as a day may seem, it's not that bad. Right? And I don't have to carry over whatever happened throughout the day that I didn't like, that I'm calling bad, on y'all. What's that?
There's a saying, there's not bad days, there's bad moments.
There it is. I like that. So that means that if I have a bad moment, the next one ain't gotta be bad. Because I'm thinking, how do I make this a good moment?
Yep.
So the aged woman, she's taking account on how she interacts with people, how she deals with people, and not letting the circumstance overwhelm to where now everyone is like in firing range. Everybody got the target on their back. That's crazy. That's wild, yo. And nobody should be subject to that. where all of a sudden your problems is everybody's problem, but not in the way of, hey, let's help you fix your problem. No, I'm just going to take it out on you. That's wild, right? Read on.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers.
Right? So,
and
again, is there vanity coming from my lips? Vanity means nothing. Right? You hear the expression, breathe life into your man. Well, you can't breathe life into him because the wisdom is doing that. But can you be part of that breath? Of course you can, sis. Of course you can be part of the wisdom that's being breathed into him, your children, because think about it. That's all you want to breathe life into. Gotta breathe life into my man. That's all the world teaches you. Right? To breathe, you gotta breathe life into him. You gotta motivate them. No, you don't. Motivate your kids. Damn it. Get them motivated. He don't need to be motivated by you. He just needs to be supported. He's already motivated. If he ain't around, if he's moving and grooving, if he got work to do and you mad because he got work to do, he's already motivated. Be the support that the Bible says for you to be. Be the help that the Bible says for you to be. Be the pillar of rest that the scriptures say. Right? Don't it say that? Yes. You can read it right there on the paper. But you can't read, oh, be disgruntled. Motivate him. Push him. Next to every good man is a good woman. Paul was a good man. Right? Just saying. Not disregarding you sisters because it does hold true. Right? Y'all got to realize one thing. If I see a man that's well put together, right? And he got his thing together, the next thing I'm gonna think is like, damn, who's his wife? That's what I'm gonna think. Like, what is his wife like? Is she well put together like him? That's a credit to you. That's a credit to you. But it's like, I gotta compete in some way. No, you don't. Keep pushing, keep supporting him. And guess what? Even though you might be inside of his shadow, which you think, oh, I'm just in the shadows. No, you're not in the shadow. You're really not. Some of that glory is being put on you too. And a lot of that glory is being put on you. Because if he looks good, again, the next thought is, wait a minute. Who's his wife? What kind of wife he got? She can't be no bum. He don't look like he's settled for no regular ass woman. Right? I mean, you see some dudes, you like, surely he got like a real smart woman, and then he pull up with some trailer trash, and he's like, damn, he just killed the whole persona. The shoes was on point. Yeah, everything was on point. Power tie, power suit, power steering. Power seat, right? And then he pull up with a damn mud duck. Yeah. You're like, what the hell is going on here? Like, dude, you should have put some power over here in this woman. Right? But then you do see it sometimes when you see the guy he's put together, you're like, damn, nice articulate dude, handsome, dressed well. And the woman pulls up and she's right next to him looking like the counterpart. You're like, damn, okay. You know you got to give her some credit for that because he might have not been on that before he met her. Right? He might not have been all well put together like that. But y'all got to do y'all part in supporting that man. Not speaking vain things to that man, like Job's wife. Curse the Most High and die. Dang. Every time you get stubborn and rebel, that's what you're saying. Right? Every time you get stubborn and rebel, remember Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife. That's the shortest verse in the Bible. It's 3 words. Remember Lot's wife. Every time you get clamorous and scold, and that's Lot's wife, Job's wife. Remember them 2 men. Read on.
And deceivers.
Am I speaking with a level of deception? Do I gotta lie about things? Do I gotta literally like turn the truth a little bit just to get my way? These are the things you gotta ask yourself. Do I gotta deceive my husband into him hearing me out? That's crazy. That's crazy. The aged woman ain't lying. She's not deceiving. She's straight up telling the truth, but she knows how to tell the truth. She's straight with it, but she's also discreet. She's chaste, right? We're going to go through all them things in the next class. Read on.
Especially they of the circumcision.
Yeah, especially our people, especially our women. Go ahead.
Whose mouth must be stopped.
Go ahead.
Who subvert whole houses.
Now, when you speak to the next sister, are you uprooting the foundation that her husband laid down? Damn. With your nonsense because you're not rooted and you come with your demons and you like literally shovel up the foundation of Christ?
Yeah, like.
Because you got Satan in you. You said what?
He makes you do that?
Yeah. Why are you doing that? Why? You gotta submit. What's that? Girl, we ain't submitting over here. We turning up. Right? We turning up over here. But obviously that's a worldly conversation. Again, how do you subvert the way you approach, the way you look when you're doing your duty? Right? Sisters, we gotta go clean the school. You pull up looking pissed the hell off. Well, my husband said, you got the, my husband said face.
Yeah.
She looking like, damn, so cleaning the school is whack, huh? And you like, hell yeah, this shit is whack. I got other things to be doing. She like, damn, well, I don't want to clean the school either. But then her husband just gave her the whole speech of why is the school got to be clean and the pillar rest on your shoulders and the altar and the sanctuary, the whole Judith 8:25, 26 down, Proverbs 31. He gave her all that and rooted her down. And you came with one facial expression and destroyed it. And then a garbage conversation behind it and subverted with your vanities. Now the aged woman, she ain't on that. She's like, girl, you know we got to handle this. Look, this is our duty. This is our duty. This is the least we could do. This is our acceptable sacrifice. You better tuck your lip. Ain't no long faces up in here. She's checking that. She's checking that. Where's your mind at, sis? To the pure, all things are pure. Where's your sacrifice? Where's your love? Where's your dedication? She's speaking life. Go ahead. You
teaching things which they ought not.
And that's what it boils down to. What are you teaching? What are you teaching your daughters? What are you teaching the next sister? Are you even qualified to teach? Proverbs 16 and 23.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth.
Say it again.
The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth.
You see that? The heart of the wise is going to teach his mouth. What does that mean? Before I open up my flap, I'm thinking. Am I just a quick shooter at the hip? Before he even finishes his sentence? Damn, hold up. You didn't even let me finish. Before he finished saying, you didn't let me finish. You got a rebuttal instantly? It's like, wait, hold up, sis. Wait, hold on. See, that's why I gotta be an aged woman and not no young little dummy, because young dummies want to fight. Y'all got so much energy, the young ones. Y'all got all that energy that you just want to release, but you don't know where to put that energy. Where the aged sister, she like, man, listen, bro. I'm tired. She's saying just like, I'm tired, right? Her mind is not occupied. She ain't got the energy. She's like, I ain't got the energy no more. Right? Even me, as I get older, I'm like, man, I ain't got the energy to fight. Just comply. Just comply, or I'm gonna stop talking and let the Most High deal with you. That's where I'm at with it. I'm like, yo, back when I was young, I'll fight with you. I'll go back and forth, even with brothers. Right? I'll battle, I'll go back and forth, I'll debate, I'll do all that. Bro, I don't got that energy. Right? I'm just like, listen, it is what it is. If you accept it, you accept it. If not, you have to let the Most High show you. I've learned that through my experience of trying and expelling so much energy in trying to battle, combat, convince, drag, pull, sway. Come on, man. I've learned that. Those are my experiences. Right? And the aged woman, she learned that too. That all that fighting loses us time. Right? You ever see that couple? They together, they break up, they move out, then they move back in, then they break up, move out, move back. You're like, damn, you wasted all that deposit money. You wasted all that U-Haul money on moving out. Oh man, bro. Break up to make up, that's all we do.
It's a game for fools.
That's a game for fools. Read on.
And addeth learning to his lips.
Come on.
Pleasant words are as an honeycomb.
Right. Are there pleasant words that are coming from me? Do I speak with pleasantries? Right? Is my tone? I get it. I'm dealing with a rough day, but you know what? I still got to be joyful. I still got to realize that my rough day ain't going to stop. But why is it so rough? Am I communicating to the ones that I need to help me not have rough days? Right? Is my, like, who don't want to go eat the honeycomb? Shit, Samson was eating one out of a lion's belly. That's how tempting honeycombs are. Who don't want the honeycomb? Who don't want the sweetness? But that's what is, why is it equating a woman's speech to honeycomb? It's damn near irresistible. You ever met somebody that was allergic to honey? Hell nah. Right? Everybody likes some honey. Go ahead.
Sweet to the soul.
Is what?
Sweet to the soul.
Yeah, man. The words are comforting and soothing. Read.
And health to the bones.
And health to the bones. Read Proverbs 31 and verse 26.
Come. Proverbs 31, verse 26.
Right?
She openeth her mouth with wisdom.
Yeah. So can a woman breathe wisdom? Of course. It's telling you right here. The aged woman is going to open her mouth with wisdom. That's how you know if you got one on your hands, if you got one next to you, sis. Because when she opens her mouth, she's giving wisdom. She's not barking orders and going crazy. Ain't no woman supposed to be barking no orders even at no other woman. It's crazy. That's not godly. I get it. Set things in order. When you coming off as a bulldog to another woman, it don't justify it. It just don't. It just don't. Leave the bulldog tactics to the men, right? Leave that to us. But even women should be able to deal with women in a different type of way. A woman should be able to get down and on another woman's level and deal with her, especially if she's older. You deal with her in that motherly sense, where you know, bros be like rebellious sometimes, and you gotta like really go in, right? And it's still brotherly, right? But it's like, it ain't like a father-son thing. It's like a brother, older brother, younger brother thing, where that's more sharp. And there's a little bit more like, you about to get this, right? We can't do the father-son thing. We gotta do the older brother, younger brother thing. But you sisters, man, y'all gotta you should be able to do the mother-daughter. You're like a daughter to me type thing. And how would you deal with your daughters? Right? You chastise them when they need to, but you don't go so harsh that you break their whole spirit. Right? Because you know your daughter, she's a delicate flower and she could be easily broken. But why don't you look at the next sister like that? Like a flower that can be broken. We know that's all cap. Y'all ain't gonna break because of some correction. But still, it's how I'm carrying myself as a woman. Go ahead.
And in her tongue,
right,
is a law of kindness.
It's a law of kindness in her tongue. Right? I did have one more real quick. And this is gonna be quick. I only got one scripture. Dress code, apparel. 1 Timothy 2:9. So you can put dress code. This is another thing. The way you dress is very important, because that says the most about you before you open your mouth, before you make a facial expression. The way you appear, right? And you could still be covered up and still be immodest. Did y'all know that? Because who knows the definition of modesty? What is modesty? Anybody know the root word of modesty? It means to measure, to have a certain measure. I'll prove it to you. Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9.
Go ahead.
In like manner, also the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Right.
With shamefacedness.
With a level of shamefaced. A shame face is not a haughty face. A shame face is not up in everyone else's face. A shame face is like, I'm here, but I'm not trying to really be all up. I'm not a social butterfly like that. I'll pop in, do my job. Hey, you guys need anything? And then I'm small. I'm up. The brothers come over, and all of a sudden, you just like around the brothers. Nah. Hey, shalom brothers. Y'all shalom, you guys need anything? Water, anything? No. Oh, we good, babe. Calm. Okay. And you go find your own damn business to go do. You're not ear hustling and down and listening and this and all and hovering around like a hell nah. We don't need that. What?
Other definition.
Modesty. Where'd you go?
Google. So one of them is moderate, free from excess.
Right. Okay, that's a good one. Free from excess. It's not excessive. From my color scheme down to the material. It's not excessive. It's just right. Right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sobriety.
It's what?
Sobriety.
Clear-minded, sober. Go ahead.
Not with broided hair.
Right.
Or gold or pearls or costly array.
So it don't mean that I'm not getting my hair done and not looking pleasant for my husband. It means that that's not the thing that's like, I don't have the ponytail so thick. It's so thick and it's so long, it picks up dust behind me. Like, damn, look at that ponytail. Right? The lashes. I don't have on thick gold chains like a dude and 54-piece finger rings like a dude. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm modest. I got my hair did, got some nice earrings on. I might have a little ring on, a little bracelet, and I'm just floating around. Right? I'm here, but I'm not. 1 minute I'm here giving you some water, the next minute I'm doing my own thing. Right? If it's not excessive in any way. Can you read that, modest?
Yes, sir.
Read that for me. You can drop that.
Modest. Properly restrained by a sense of priority. Propriety.
Right.
Hence, not forward or bold.
Right. And that's what they teach you. Like all these commercials, like be bold, right? The bold makeup, the bold hair colors, the bold this, the bold that. The Bible says not to be bold. Right? It says that you have to be measured and restrained. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to put myself out there. Go ahead. What else?
Not presumptuous.
Right.
Or arrogant.
Go ahead.
Not boastful. As a modest youth.
Right.
A modest man.
Jump down.
Not bold or forward. As a modest maid.
Jump down to 3.
Not loose. Not lewd.
See, not loose or lewd. I'm not loose with my conduct. I'm not loose with my speech. I get around men and I start cursing, or I get around sisters, I start cursing like a damn sailor. It's just certain things that don't sound good coming from a woman. Sorry. Certain movements and things don't look good coming from a woman. Especially not a woman that is supposed to hold the Bible in high esteem. Not an Israelite woman that knows who she's supposed to be. Not the women that, for delicateness and tenderness, the soles of their feet didn't touch the ground. I can't imagine. Like, can you imagine? I couldn't imagine like was it Abigail? I couldn't imagine her walking in front of David like, yeah, nigga, what up? Like, what? You ain't about to kill my man, cuz? What's up, B? Yeah, like, what you need, yo? Like, what? David would have smacked her damn face off. He would have got somebody to kill her. Somebody would have killed her ass, dude. Talking like that. She had to literally be more feminine to get to David. She had to break down and humble down more, and that wasn't even her man. She had to submit on a higher level to David and him not being her man just to break through his rough exterior. She fought water with fire, literally. She didn't fight, but she extinguished his whole flame with smooth words. It says, by long forbearance, the king is persuaded. And what is it? Like smooth words breaketh the bones or something like that. Scripture in Proverbs I like to go to, right? And that's what those are the things that sisters got to adopt. The way y'all talk, the way you come off, the way you dress is very important. Not loose. What else? 4.
Moderate.
Right?
Not excessive or extreme.
Uh-huh.
Not extravagant.
Right?
As a modest request.
Right. I'm gonna go to the origin.
Origin.
Scroll down a little bit. So I got this from the word etymology. The origin.
Modest. The etymology of modest.
Mm-hmm.
Having moderate self-regard.
See that? Having a moderate self-regard. Go ahead.
Restrained by a sense of propriety or humility.
Go to moderate, keeping due measure, sober, gentle, temperate.
Mm-hmm.
Sober and gentle. You see that? A measure. It's a measured appearance. I'm measuring my appearance. This too much, this too small, this too tight, this too bright, this too much color. Right? Sometimes, man, a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna drop 2 more scriptures. So, grace is something that in this elder woman, her behavior is literally defined by grace, right? So you can write, the grace of the elder woman needs no introduction, right? Her grace needs no introduction. What is grace? Read that real quick. Grace. You can look these up on the 1828 Webster's Dictionary. Grace, what you got?
Grace. Favor. Goodwill. Kindness.
See that? Favor, goodwill, kindness. Go ahead.
Disposition to oblige another.
I'm disposed to oblige you. Do you need anything? Do you need anything? Do you need anything? I'm disposed. My disposition is to take care of everyone else before myself. That's grace. What else?
As a grant made as an act of grace.
Right. Go ahead. 6.
Virtuous.
Right.
Or religious affection or disposition.
Go ahead.
As a liberal disposition, faith, meekness, humility.
These are all Bible words, by the way. It's wild. A definition, it is like just biblical words, right? Faith, meekness, humility, patience. What else?
Proceeding from divine influence.
Wait, where does it come from?
Proceeding from divine influence.
Remember that spiritual responsibility we talked about earlier? That inward responsibility, that inward, it's a divine influence. Go ahead. 7.
Spiritual instruction.
Right.
Improvement and edification.
Damn. This is grace, y'all. It improves, it edifies. It's a spiritual instruction. Go ahead. What else?
Apostleship. Or the qualifications of an apostle.
Right. Qualifications of a deacon. Qualifications of a bishop, his wife, aged man, aged woman. What else?
That in matter,
deportment
or language.
So that in manner and deportment are the same thing. Go ahead.
Or in language which renders it appropriate and agreeable.
See that? So it's language or manners that are appropriate and agreeable. This is grace. Go ahead.
Suitableness.
What is suitable for the situation? Go ahead.
Elegant.
Wow. Read.
With appropriate dignity.
Yeah, there's a dignity and an elegance in this aged woman where it's not out there where, look at me. But when she walks in, everybody knows, wait a minute, who's that sister? Not because of how she looks and things like that. It's more of, well, she's reputable because we know when she comes in, she's gonna drop bars, right? When she comes in, she's not gonna let negative ride, negative spirits. She's gonna check all that, but in a graceful, spiritual, meek, sisterly, motherly way.
She's not coming in with the negative spirit.
She's not, yeah, right. Oh, see, she ain't coming from home with her counsel from her husband on her face. Damn.
Like you can tell she ain't feeling it today.
Like damn, you can tell her and her husband got into it today, day. Yep. She ain't coming with the counsel on her face. She left that in the car. He ripped her whole soul apart. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But guess what she did? She changed her countenance. Because what was she looking at? If I walk in here with my countenance looking like my husband just decimated me, what am I going to teach the next younger sister that I'm going to teach her that having a husband, that's all it's about, is him ripping into my spirit? That it's always bad. So her grace, there's a grace. And this is what she embodies as a whole. Her speech, her dress, her outward appearance, her facial expression, all of it is graceful. Right? Now let's get 2 scriptures and then we're about to be out of here. I plan to go till not there. Sorry. Ecclesiastes 7:19, Ecclesiastes 26:13. Ecclesiastes 7:19.
I got 26:13.
Go ahead, 7:19, read.
Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 19.
Come on.
Forgo not a wise and good woman.
See that? It says, forgo not a wise. She opened up her mouth with wisdom. And a good woman. Why? Go ahead.
For her grace.
Because her virtues, because her affection and disposition, her meekness, her humility, her spiritual instructions, right? Her edification, her kindness, her willingness to oblige others, go ahead,
is above gold.
I mean, damn. You know what's wild? We always harp on the Proverbs 31 woman. You know why you can't get to Proverbs 31 until you get past this woman. You know that, right? The Proverbs 31 is a byproduct of the aged woman. Because the Proverbs 31 woman, she's out there, she's hustling, she's bustling, she's moving and grooving. Her kids are still young, she's still got to do all those things, right? For the aged woman, her kids that grew up, she already got that experience, right? Just her and the hubby, right? And she just got to worry about making sure he got tea and dinner, right? But that Proverbs 31 woman, she's the byproduct of submitting to the Titus 2 woman. Very key to understand. She got her example from the Titus 2 woman. Y'all see that? Makes sense, right?
Learn trade.
Yeah. What? Go to Ecclesiastes 26:13. Slot.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 13.
Yep.
The grace of a wife delighteth her husband.
So her elegance, her appropriate dignity, the manners, her the way she speaks, her language that she uses, right? Again, her patience, her what she's influenced by, that divine influence, that faith, that liberal disposition, right? It says it does what to her husband?
Delighteth her husband.
Go ahead.
And her discretion.
And her what?
Discretion.
And I'm sure we're going to talk about that in another class one day. Go ahead.
Will fatten his bones.
Yeah, he's going to live a long life, man. It's going to nourish him. Go ahead.
A silent and loving woman.
Now, just understand this. If she's the opposite, what is it doing to his bones? Bruh, he brittled. He can't even take a step without crumbling. She just sucking them dry, man. He just drying up like Ezekiel.
Oh, that made me think.
Like, can these bones live? The brother's like Ezekiel 37. Brother's just dried up like, dang, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of this woman, I will fear no evil.
Wow.
But that's what it's like. She's like the valley of the shadow of death. She's sucking the life force. It says a wicked woman will obey the courage of her husband. That's what it says. It says she made feeble hands and weak knees. Weak knees.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So think about it. If a woman that's graceful and embodies this level of grace on all levels is a delight and a life force to her husband, we know the opposite is a dead nigga. Yep. He just dead on his feet, man. He just moving around zombie mode. He don't know what's going on. He don't know when the next council's coming. He don't want to get no phone call from me because he's knowing like, damn, your rib.
oh yeah, I was like, I prefer to be the one that calls.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
It's like when I get it, it's like, oh shit. It's like you do like this, you like, You look at it for a little bit.
You're like, okay. And then you look at her like, what did you do? You look it up, you like, it's like, oh no, we're good. Like when she does, like, no, we're good. You like, oh, okay, let me, shalom, sis. Shalom, right? Yeah, right?
hilarious.
And then sometimes I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? You know, you gotta play tricks with brothers.
Oh, that's the worst.
Bro, what's wrong with your rib, huh? It's like, huh? Brother, what the, like, what is going on with her, bro?
I don't know.
And then he sit there for a minute, like, and he's like, wait, yeah, is there something I should know? I'm just playing.
Have your whole heart and stomach sink.
I don't do that often. Sometimes you gotta get a little joke.
So just going on with that.
Wow.
That stress that a woman could add to her husband.
Oh, that's death.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Prolonged stress can affect the body's aging process
You did bring that up
by
the other day.
shorting telomeres, which are the protective caps at the end of the chromosomes. The shorter telomeres are associated with accelerated aging.
So your damn disgruntledness is breaking niggas down on a biological chromosome level. Golly, bruh. And that's why I said there's no wickedness above the wickedness of a woman. When you breaking down niggas' chromosomes, I'm gonna break you down to the nearest chromosome. Like, bruh, that is wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. But they said there's no wickedness like the wickedness of a woman. Because she'll break down your chromosomes. How you out here stressing? You don't want to take phone calls from certain brothers. Go ahead, read on. Let's get them out of here.
That's funny.
A silent and loving woman.
Do we gotta go here? I don't think we gotta go here. They know that's my favorite. Let me see here. What verse you at?
Verse 14.
Right. No, read it.
A silent and loving woman
Right.
is a gift of the Lord.
You know that's not a silent, deaf, mute, dumb woman. She just knows when to speak, how to speak. She got discretion. Go ahead.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Remember, it said spiritual instruction. It said improvement, edification. So her grace allows her to be spiritually instructed. So not only can she spiritually instruct, but she can take correction. She can take instruction. She can take constructive criticisms and not look at you like, why are you telling me something? Why you like you? Oh, see, you just don't like me. No, well, you asked me what you could improve, and I told you. Well, damn, that's too many things that you told me. But you asked me what? So you just wanted one thing, or did you want me to be honest and give you all 10 things? Well, that's just too much. No, but see, a graceful woman is like, oh, okay. You know what? Let me write those down. Now, I can't work on everything all at once, but let me work. I'm gonna work on that, and I'm gonna work on that for the Most High, for you. Go ahead.
A shamefaced and faithful woman
Right?
is a double grace.
She's a what?
Double grace.
Yeah, she doubles the grace for her husband and for herself. She brings double the life. Go ahead.
And her continent mind.
Right, that the mind that is restrained. It goes back to discretion. A mind that can be instructed and a mind that can be restrained in lawful passions. Hey, babe, we should go on a fast. You know what? You're right. What we fasting from? Well, we've been drinking a lot, so let's. Okay, cool. Well, why we got to go on a fast for? Nigga, you've been drinking a lot, not me. Damn. Well, I was just trying to think that maybe I needed some support. Well, nigga, you go on your own fast. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna. I don't gotta be subject to you like that. Okay. Yeah. Continent mind, right? And well instructed. Go ahead.
Cannot be valued.
Right, there's no value on that. So I know we went past. I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully I wasn't mean. I wasn't trying to be mean. I hope we had a little bit of fun. But hopefully, more importantly, y'all are able to now go back and look at the class and just forget about all my antics. Right? Forget about all my little jokes and antics and just look at it from the information for what it is. Hold up the mirror and say, look, I don't match up to this. Let me figure out how. That's graceful. Take the class in grace with a graceful mind and say, look, okay, babe, I don't add up to this. Show me. Or I do add up to a lot of these things, and some of these things I need to work on. But be graceful. Huh? Everybody online, we thank y'all for joining us. We thank everybody in here for joining us. We're going to say shalom.
Shalom.